This very week is your break-free moment. This is a big moment of release. In the last few weeks, I've seriously felt like, is Christmas still coming up? Did that already happen? Is it time to take stuff down? But yes, now I really feel like it is time to move forward. This is the week where Mercury turns direct. Last week we finally got Mars direct. We also get the third bowling pin of retrograde planets. It's wobbling. My planetary BFF Uranus stationing direct. And woo, yes. Now we can finally celebrate a Happy New Year. Let's start with some big news. Wednesday, January 18th, we have Mercury stationing direct. Mercury's been going retrograde in Capricorn, and it's been going since December 29th, 2022 in a retrograde. And this very same day, the Sun makes its yearly meetup with Pluto Cazimi. This is shedding a ton of light on any darkness that may have been coming up for you while Mercury has been in retrograde these last few weeks. And for each of us, that means something different, completely different. It'll depend on the whole sign house that Capricorn rules in your chart, and that's where that story's coming through. We've all had Pluto plowing through an area of our lives since 2008. And we've been faced with some major experiences and opportunities for transformation under that realm, under those topics. With the Sun and Pluto meeting up in this Cazimi moment, there may be some major realizations coming through for you in that area, in that story, what's been going on since 2008. So be aware of any messages or experiences or thoughts or even dreams that you have. Be aware of the few days before. This whole week, just kind of be aware. The few days before, the few days after, this is a week of a lot of intuition coming through, a lot of messages coming through. So this can help you come to some conclusions or get to some closure on the road there anyways. We have one more year in 2024 where the Sun meets up with Pluto in Aquarius, and that'll happen for the last time in our lifetimes, but most of us won't live to see this happen again. Next year will be likely the time when we will start to see the thread of this long Pluto narrative running through the Capricorn area of our life coming to have some perspective. Because Pluto messages, they take a long time to understand. They are happening in the moment and you might feel something, but it's not until afterwards where you can look back with some retrospective, with some understanding where you're like, oh, that period of my life, that was the theme, that was what was changing in me. Mercury stations direct on Sabian symbol Capricorn 9, and the image is an angel carrying a harp. Mercury is the messenger. Mercury is the messenger of your mind, your soul, your spirit. This is something we might need to call on, this inner guide, or an angel if you wish, whatever you want to call it. Personally, I just think it's our own higher self, and that's hypothetical, whatever. With the harp image, this is harmonics, harmony, tuning into what we need to harmonize with in our area of our life in order to fully come to a transformation place. You may come to some realizations from that retrograde to move forward with the Pluto and Capricorn story, because Pluto's, going to be moving on pretty soon. How do you harmonize your thoughts with your intuition and moving forward to transform yourself? So we're talking about messages of peace, messages from the other side, something from your inner voice that you're hearing, being in tune spiritually with some form of redemption, or even finding a spiritual practice or a spiritual teacher or some type of guru or situation like that. But the key word is revelations. The revelations will be coming, and they will make a whole lot more sense after Pluto is out of Capricorn. Now, Pluto Sun Cazimi occurs on Sabian symbol Capricorn 29, a woman reading tea leaves. So yeah, Pluto has been hanging out here on this symbol. It's been here back and forth several times, and it's really about looking into what's beyond the surface. A fortune teller image is somebody that can see beyond just, tea leaves. They see images, they see messages in the tea leaves. So what this symbolically means is what we're really looking at that's beyond the surface inside of ourselves, and using your intuition to receive the gifts of being brave enough to face the fears. It's hard. Now we also have rational fears and we have irrational fears. Some fears are rational. They are valid. And some others, you may or may not know which ones they are, but that could be coming clear. It's ones that we create. It's ones that we feed. They're irrational. And our actions or our behaviors can actually create the opportunity for that fear to materialize. you're creating a space for that fear, and it just comes right in, moves right in. It's like, oh, I'll get comfortable. And those fears are the ones that we need to kick out. They need to go because they don't serve you. These topics, they've been thematic in your life since 2008, so that's what you need to look for. Intuition is something we can easily discard, especially if we've had a hard time trusting our instincts, or we haven't been trustworthy for ourselves, or we've been trained not to trust our gut instinct, or we just don't listen to ourselves for some reason or another. And the skepticism or fear of trusting yourself implicitly, if you discard your intuition, rather it can lead you down like this nasty road filled with thorns and brambles, and it's a mental labyrinth that you have to work really hard to get out of. So we need to see the signs, the messages, the things that have meaning for you that might not have meaning to anyone else. Animals, colors, songs, signs, whatever. The Pluto-Sun conjunction here, the Pluto Cazimi on this degree, highlights in this story an open pathway to your spiritual center. And we have a whole year of that. So it can be scary to fully trust yourself, but that's what the archetype of Pluto is here for, forcing us to face our fears in order to transcend our fears. Double-edged sword gift. But that's what it is. Transcendence over our fear. That's what it does. Next, we have the sun entering Aquarius on Friday, January 20th. It becomes Aquarius season. Boom! The light and collective consciousness. It's humanitarian. It's social idealism infused. So if you're an Aquarius sun, this is your home sign energy. It's flowing. There's a lot of flowing in your home sign energy. And with these planets coming through, you need to be ready for some action here. So for everyone, this slice of life ruled by Aquarius in our whole sign chart, it's being lit up. I have a graphic for you. It's an easy way to understand what each house represents generally. Of course, it's way more nuanced. There's about 1,000 things each house represents, but this gives you a general expectation of what you can look for. So expect some illumination and action in that area of your life. I will link this PDF for you down in the description below. It's helpful. Ooh, on Saturday, January 21st, we get a new moon in Aquarius. This is when the sun and the moon are melded into one. It's a rendezvous that happens every single month in a different sign, and we get a chance to start over, plant some seeds, set our intentions, make our intentions known to whatever the heck governs our personal curriculum, our universal energy flow. And I can tell you from personal experience that an Aquarius moon is not a typical moon. The Sabian symbol for this new moon is Aquarius 2, an unexpected thunderstorm. So we can expect something unexpected to happen, or to feel something unexpected inside of us during this time. And it might be whipping up some inner turmoil and give you a sudden flash of inspiration to get out of that storm. Like, how do we navigate out of this? Okay, I need to get out of this storm. I'm gonna go this way. That's the way to go. Or it could be some sort of continuation of this theme, because the last few days of this week that we've been talking about already, you're going to be listening to these messages that are coming through, these aha moments, and looking back possibly at a big long story since 2008. So it might be a time that's emotional for you, this new moon, and it might be coming out of nowhere, seemingly, and it could really be based on the Pluto story that you might be digesting or facing, fears and all that stuff. You know, sometimes that takes a lot of emotional energy, and it can feel like you're being tested with this new moon. We do learn the most from our most challenging experiences, and they are no fun. The hardest lessons we learn are not fun, and these lessons are just plated with gold. They are plated with gold and diamonds. They're breakthrough moments. They're a break in the tension in the atmosphere. It's thunder, it's lightning, electricity, and the thing that's nice about a storm is it clears up eventually. So there's that. On Sunday, January 22nd, we're in Action City. This week is so full of things because we have that third bowling pin that's been wobbling is Uranus, and it goes direct as Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is conjoining with her secret alliance partner and keeper of time, Saturn. The reason I say that they're secretly in alliance because Saturn is the exaltation ruler of Libra, which is Venus's sign. So they have this relationship that's not really talked about much, but I think it's fascinating. About once a year, Venus conjoins Saturn, and this time the moon is in on it. The moon is a part of this story. It's conjoined as well. Moon is bringing this energy into something that's going to manifest probably in your world, in your life. It's a time of emotional maturity. So it kind of comes to the end of this story of this week, coming to this point where you can be more emotionally mature about your changes, about your transformation, what's coming through. Venus in Aquarius is a more standoffish Venus. It's not that touchy-feely moment with Venus conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. It's more mature. With the moon there, it's more directly related to how you're feeling. And it's bringing this energy down to earth, so to speak, because the moon is the container of all the energy. It's the reflector of our experience. We need to be aware of any instinct to overly defend our emotions or delve too deep into our old fears of rejection, abandonment, by accepting ourselves, by accepting our situations that we're in. And this is a possible chance to finally emotionally digest some of those chronic fears and see that there are beautiful, beautiful things that can come from more maturity in our emotional state and just letting stuff go, letting it go. Just to let you know, if you don't know already, I do post my transcripts of these astro chats with you, and I will put them in the description below if you want to go there and you want to read through the things that I've said to you here and through the week to remember what's going on. You can print them off. And for most of my videos, I have a soundtrack, a song that inspires me, and I post the music video at the end of my transcript. Since copyright stuff on YouTube keeps me from using the songs here, I like to still put them somehow in there for you. So check that out and see if you agree with me about the song choice representing this week. I can also put it in the description below. I'll put a link. I'm also really excited to share with you that I am working on something. I'm developing something for us and our community here, and I hope to have that up and running soon for anyone who wants to connect more deeply with me or with others who enjoy this channel and these topics that we talk about. We are a unique group of people. We are a unique bunch, and you are a beautiful spirit. We can improve, we can get better. That's the point of life. That's what we're here to do. We have this diamond with multiple facets that we need to shine, and some of them still need a lot of friction in order to get better. But that diamond has so much potential. That's you, and we can just keep getting better and better together. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I will talk to you next time.